All right, beloved, we'll do a little anecdote lesson, or just a little anecdotes, right? So, I had a conversation with my brother the other day, or day before. He always gets his nose in business that's not his, and he reminded me that he hates me. Like, bro, if you were, when, after we had it out earlier, he called me again, after he had had some sip, and he had some friends in the background. I guess he was trying to bait me into say whatever. I basically, in so many words, told him that, I wish I could see you so I could push all those words that you talked to me that were out of pocket, that, had no business fucking saying, oppressing my rights. I'd like to push them all back into your face. I'd like to dap you in the face. I would like to punch you in the face, Devin. And I said all sorts of stuff because I was really pissed. He overstepped his bounds. And I was like, Devin, that's nice. If you want to hate me, but you said if I hit rock bottom, you're going to get me an apartment and help me out. I don't believe that, dude. A spirit told me you did that for a guy that you said you went to college work that couldn't get something together or something like that, and then all of a sudden something happened to him. And, well, I guess they weren't looking 100% at you or whatever. But a spirit told me that. That's messed up. We hope that's not true. We would never go and do that to you because you definitely don't have good intentions for me, Mr. Specialist or whatever you are. Yes, you're a doctor and still associated with the military, great. But you're also really rude, overbearing, and in everyone's business. You're a talebearer, right? You try and get yourself in between somebody who has a lease, has things going. You're upset because I'm disabled. We can't all be like you. We couldn't all get a JAG attorney after violating our probation twice. Yes, a pistol charge that you violated twice the probation with stealing alcohol from Meyer and Jewel. And then you told your friends that were on the phone back, I let you have it. I'll let you have your point. You said, well, I made enough money to get a lawyer. Well, no, Devin Ryan, when I got in trouble, I didn't have enough money. Mom and Dad had to give me a lawyer, or I'd be still in jail right now. We're just getting out. You violated your pistol charge probation fucking twice, stealing alcohol, and the JAG attorney you got so you can get into the military and get it all taken care of, which you hold over everybody's head like you're so much greater than them. Listen, you actually just didn't stand accountable for shit you did. You didn't actually get the charges as the way you thought. Very nice that you were able to skirt that. The rest of us didn't have that opportunity. We're not mad about that. We're mad that 3 days before I fucking got into the halfway house in 2012, you kicked me out onto the street when I had the paperwork and everything, and I wasn't a grimy person. I just smoked cigarettes. And I smoked outside. You just had a chip on your shoulder about me since every time I beat the crap out of you. Listen, guys, we used to go to DeKalb, Illinois and drop acid and drink alcohol. Me and my brother. I would take him out there. And one time in particular, he's always mad about, is the time I gave him a black eye. Right? Listen, he was at Tristan's house. Bob had left. We were in DeKalb, Illinois at 6321 Leonard, or something like that. The house next to it. And I dropped acid. I had not planned to drive, right? For hours and hours. And my brother decided to drink Jim Beam and take Valium. And at some point in time, he gets really fighty and wants to leave. Or people tell him he needs to leave. And so I have to deal with that. Meanwhile, I'm in a situation. I'm not driving anywhere. He tried to hotwire. Well, first I had to remove him out of Tristan's house, right? Because he was causing fight, like not fights, but like getting to where like they're granola people. They don't want a bunch of boisterous crap going on. You got to too much, right? And Tristan came out third time in a row. I was like, Ryan, you have to get him out of here. He's just doing too much. So okay, I go in there, and of course he sees me and knows what's up. He's like, "What the fuck are you in here for?" It's like, you know what I'm in here. Tristan came to get me because I'm your brother, and for some reason you're not respecting him enough to listen to his fucking words to you to leave his house. It's late as shit, and no one wants you in here being all crazy. The Valium's clearly hit you, and he just loses it and tries to get too much, just too much, extra. Had to move him out of the house. And we really couldn't be at the Leonard house until my sister and her friends came back. So we're standing out on the lawn, drinking real late at night. They didn't get back till 4 because they were at a festival. We powwowed and everything. And in the morning, I caught my brother because I had to get him out of Tristan's house. He got fighty with me. So I had to hit him in the... He thought, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm like, Tristan already told you you're going to fight me in his house? That's so fucked up. So I got me an addictive. I had to pick him off the floor. We had to take out. He was mad at me. He decides to drop acid so he doesn't get that drunken, like that thing where you don't want to go to sleep. Can't say. It's just, He decides to drop acid, right? So we're both on it. It's it's like 7 in the morning, and he's out in the driveway, and I have to pull him out of my car. We have a Jeep Wrangler. I have a Jeep Wrangler. It's just mine. It's not his, and that's me touching it or nothing. He's playing with the wiring, see if he can hot wire, because I told him I would not drive him until I came down, right? Doesn't that make sense? You should not danger other people because you're having a little fun, dropping a little this or that. You shouldn't be jumping on the road and doing all sorts of whatevers. His biggest problem with me is the few times he wanted to do and have his way while he was with me, I had to beat him and remind him that, bro, you cannot take people's property from there just because you want to do the thing you want. He was going to try and take my Jeep. He first tried to take my keys, had to handle that. I mean, it was a whole awful night of me babysitting his bullshit. And there was several nights that happened, and I guess they were traumatic for him, right? Because he's Mr. fucking can do whatever he wants in this life right now. Anyways, we get off bad because of that. Also, because I chide him around his friends of the fucked up shit he's done to us. He's violated the sanctity of my mother and father's bank accounts when we were younger. This boy didn't do that. I've done all sorts of crazy crap. But that is not something we were into, right? My brother did it multiple ways. And my mom finally caught up. She thought it was me and my sister. And me and my sister had nothing to say. Finally found out it was Devin. Finally, they found out caught on camera, and it all went back to Devin eventually. They looked the other way. He got looked the other way on that when he was like 17. Then he did the pistol charge thing. And then he did all sorts of crazy crap between me and my friend. It was just fucked up, right? And I don't talk to him. I haven't talked to him since 2012, right? I talked to him, like I hit on the phone every time my mom have a blow up, but bullshit, right? So he comes from the background and has stuff to say and tries to get me on the phone and say all sorts of crazy crap. When, he's a terrible person full time. It's like, no, Devin. I get exacerbated by somebody like you who show up via phone, out of state, not in this household, also adult, who has nothing to do with the agreements here, and then have something to say about me out of pocket because you feel some kind of way. Feel like, but it should be this way. Well, it doesn't matter. So yeah, right. And I told them if he came over here, I'd show him how we do it in Florida when you get too close and get ornery. Right? That's messed up. Because I'm still mad about a bunch of shit. Right? I hit rock bottom. He had zero compassion. He hit rock bottom. I let him stay on the couch for a few days, but I had a girlfriend that paid more of the rent than me. So I had to fucking kind of sack it. I had to be like, bro, I could let you for like 3 days. But you like to show up, instead of stay at the house, try and find a job, get something going. You like to show up drunk at like 8 or 9 p.m. at night, try and have a couple of people over and stuff. And you're just like, you're not doing that at my house. You're crashing because the parents kicked you out. You don't have a place and you get nothing together. And you tried to live like an independent under their roof. And that's not what that is, right? We're not doing that today. We don't live on top of nobody, right? We are dependent. So we're not even in that. Once I get all the diagnoses and everything good, we're going to be fine. But in the midst of it, having somebody who you don't talk to, doesn't ever show up, doesn't ever visit, hasn't visited my mother since 2012 because he doesn't like me. But my mom doesn't think that if she gets rid of me, she's going to show up because my brother never visited her when she lived alone. I moved in to Texas in 2012 with my mother because I hit rock bottom because some other things happened. Lost my car, my fault, couldn't keep maintaining it, right? Street sweeping, had to move it around, kept getting tickets, it got impounded, right? It just got picked up. All they do is take my cars in this life. Thankfully, I don't buy anything new. I only buy used cars. You really should only buy used cars. Buy them outright if you can. Don't get huge loans. Dude, you're just going to fucking get wrapped up over your head. They're going to want to repo stuff. You have a little bit of payment issue. See if you can push off and hold until you get enough to just purchase something outright. Maybe you don't get a car right away. Maybe you're in an area where you can get like a motorcycle. Obviously, if theft's bad, you're not going to be able to do that, but minimize, right? In Chicago, it was easy to do it without a car or anything, right? Here, where I'm at, you cannot function without a car. It's car dependent, right? But when you're in the city, You do believe that the society is going to ever be okay because it's like a food desert most places. So, but then again, when you look at it out here, the rural area is a food desert here too. They're not growing anything. The abundance here is cattle and stuff like that. I don't see a whole lot growing in the area I'm in. I know we tangent. So, want to gripe about the brother a little bit. It's ridiculous. So, what we got going with that is his biggest gripes. He won't tell his friends that, but his biggest gripes with me is we used to have hand-to-hand combat. He would do stupid shit. And he's going to tell his friends that, oh, it's because my brother beat me up a bunch of times. Yes, I absolutely did, but I had fucking justifiable reason, and you never called the cops on me because I had the reason to be like, bro, you were trying to wire my car. We've been stuck here for days until I figured out how to fix, or however long it took me to fix wiring things at people's houses that don't really have tools because they're all a bunch of weirdo hippies that do stuff. Great. It's going to be completely out of pocket. All the stuff I do, I have to be out of AutoZone. I mean, it's just ridiculous. That being said, we get off on a bad foot because one of the last few times I had to handle it, right? And some stuff with the parents, right? My brother didn't like the weird story that I told about a time where I thought my father maybe had taken or has something to do with his new wife's ex-husband leaving this existence. But I don't know. Something weird about it. He did not like that story because that's right. He wasn't really doing nothing then either. Like working or nothing. I don't even know if he was in school then. Weird. Weird story. Look at you get so paranoid, you know? I'm pretty sure my brother is a weirdo. He did stuff in the military and he thinks, oh, I can just do that to anybody. Right? All my friends know the burden of proof. Right? Yeah, they're messed up. Just do anything you want to people. Oh, yeah, it's just... Damn, the problem is the people you want to do that to, you want to die for the rights for, but you don't feel like that about. Who are you going to feel like that about? Whose people? The children you're never going to have? It's messed up. Those are people who don't value things. These things here are irreplaceable. These people are irreplaceable. Just our thoughts. So, what we know. And he shouldn't even be having, it's not like I broke his jaw or teeth or messed his eye up that bad. He had a black eye, a shiner for a couple of weeks. It was pretty bad, but he was a lot bigger than me. My brother's 6'2", 6'3", right? And always been like 2 something. I did that at a time where I was like 185. But I always had it, right? Like, because we skateboarded, we did all the things. You know, we actually were super active, right? My brother wasn't. He was kind of lumbery, you know? I'm sure he could have got me if he was... He was just more talky than Dewey, you know? That's just how it is. All right, kids. Anecdotes. Later, beloved.